It's Jim T. Graham with RC Groups, and if you've listened to my podcast or read any of my reviews recently, you know that I have a problem with FPV vehicles. That's multi-rotors and aerial, and we're standing here with a plane that you might have seen in very small bits and pieces. I think this was the last part he showed. Tim, tell us about this plane you're unveiling here at Toledo.
Yeah, this is the new ReadyMadeRC Anaconda. We've been in development probably close to a year now, working on this, getting it customized and set up just the way we want, testing prototypes. Roughly 2 meter, just over 2 meter wingspan, twin boom obviously with an inverted V control in the tail. Kind of some unique features, some things that I really think stand out, or some things that we've modified. If you want me to show them to you here.
Yes, sir. Let's start at the nose.
We'll start at the nose. Kevin, my assistant, my beautiful assistant, will help out here. We have a removable camera section here. Basically, by default, it'll come with this GoPro mount. It just literally snaps in place and holds it securely. You can mount your GoPro there for a nice clear open view of the front. In addition, and this prototype doesn't have all the connections under here, but there will be some connection points that will allow us to hook in a brushless gimbal and other camera module sections that will attach directly to the same location. So you can switch it out however you want to film. You want the nice smooth video, use the brushless gimbal and it'll keep it stabilized. Basically, like we like to have lots of options. You'll be able to change it out how you want to. And while you're on this side, one of the unique things on this, the way the tail booms remove, and this is exposed right now so you can see the inside, when you pull out the carbon fiber tube for the tail, there's actually, the electrical connections are built right into it, so it just unplugs just like a headphone jack. And you're only seeing part of it here. So there's no servo wires to plug in, messing up, oh, do I have the right one? Is this elevator, is this rudder kind of thing? It just pulls right out, very secure connection. You can see the way these are anchored. These are actually tied to the carbon fiber spars in the wing in addition to the tail. They're both connected directly with hardware. So,
and while you're there, Jason, check out the front flaps.
And while we're here, exactly, this unique feature here, we have leading edge flaps. So this isn't just to slow yourself down now. It adds, you're adding extra lift capability at slow speed, so it'll help slow you down, plus allow you more stability at slow speeds, so you can come in for those shorter landing approaches. Really a unique feature, and it makes this plane fly amazing at low speeds.
I guess you can put it on a switch, couple it with your elevator, and flip it on when you're coming in.
Yeah, we found we didn't really need too much mixing, but yeah, we use it just like regular flaps. We had
turn it on.
Yeah, just kind of slide it. You can adjust it as you go, but when you go full bore with it, there's a lot of drag, so that's definitely more for landing than taking off. But should give you more lift in the launches as well for the shorter takeoffs. So yeah, and that's unique. I don't know that I've seen that on other RC planes.
Bolt-on wing, which is something I like a lot.
Yep. The wings attach very hard point here. What you can't see underneath is a nice big opening underneath the wings that lets you get to all your equipment that's inside. Massive.
But wait. I always like to think a six-pack is kind of the size of a cockpit or a canopy area that I need, and this is more like an 8-pack wide.
So yeah, it's massive, massive fuselage. You can battery tray is actually adjustable here.
Is that removable?
You can pull that out, and actually then you have access to the wiring to get down to the nose section. Just the single screw here to hold that in place, and then the sliders on the side to actually keep it moving around. And then massive space there. I get my whole arm all the way up to my elbow down into that. It's open. It's electric. It doesn't need cooling, but it does have a little extra airflow across your motor if you decide you want to crank it at 80 amps and just keep it going full steam or something.
Plus, that looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it does. It does. It's like, okay, this little bling on the top here.
And then maybe one of the most prominent features is the V-tail.
Right. Inverted V. Gives you lots of ground clearance. You don't have to worry about anything hitting the ground. It actually allows for a nice strong structure. These are nice metal brackets here that are screwed in, allow it to be removed easily if you want to take it apart. Basically, this whole tail section, when you take it off, it's fairly easy to transport, but take 2 screws out and you can separate the 2 tail sections as well and make it even smaller.
And then I'm seeing mounts here for GPS. And
yeah, we added a couple just flat points just so, if you want to throw your GPS out there, you can run that and have a nice spot to put it on.
Man, this thing has everything.
Yeah, it's a rock solid plane. Like I said, we didn't skimp on any of the hardware. We're not cutting corners on this one. Heavy-duty steering landing gear, or standard landing gear with a really good heavy-duty steering assembly up there, and
which to me is becoming more important when I'm getting bigger with larger props and throwing them in the air. I like to just take off.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, there's pluses and minuses to both. There's times where I like to go out and just toss the plane and not have to worry about having a runway or anything. But there's times where I want a plane that I can taxi, launch. If you're carrying a lot of equipment, hand launching gets kind of scary. If you get, like you said, the planes get heavier. Even the Air Titan can be hand launched, but that's a 12-pound beast. So
that would be a show.
And honestly, this is pretty close to the wingspan. It's a little bit smaller, a little bit less wing area, but
really?
But actually, I think that we haven't pushed any duration flights yet, but I think easily could match the flight times of the Air Titan, which hour if you wanted to do it. Just how much battery you want to stuff in there, and it can handle the extra weight without any problem. So.
And finally, the best part of the airplane is the price.
Yeah, we were talking about this earlier. We're kind of working this out. We're in the final stages of production. I would say the kit will be under $200. We kind of refined that a little bit, and the plug and play, which is it truly is, all the equipment's installed, so you're just screwing it together and putting your RC equipment on. That one's going to be under $400, somewhere up in that range. Like I said, we'll nail that down. It should be available in the next 2 months, somewhere around there, as we get the manufacturing finished and get them shipped over to us. So we're excited about it. We've been testing it for a while. We've been throwing out the little hints. We like to have a little fun with that.
It has everything.
Yeah, I think so. I really think that this is an all-inclusive plane. It's great for FPV. The fact that you have that unimpeded camera view on the nose is really nice. A lot of people like to do that. You don't want to always see the nose of the plane, especially in your high-def recordings.
Right.
And then if you want to, there's even mounting points under the center of the bottom that'll allow for gimbals to be mounted under there too. So really think it's kind of stepping it up to a new level with us. So.
Well, we're talking to Tim from ReadyMadeRC at ReadyMadeRC.com. Be sure to jump on the site. This will not be available for a few months, but you can at least see what it looks like now.
Yeah, we're going to finally give people the full picture. Right? No more teaser shots. So.
Thanks, Tim.
All right, thanks a lot, Jim.